Ayo guys, so we back with another video, you feel me? Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I hope you enjoy the video. This is another Tim video. Why is my mic turned around? Anyway, buying fake Jordans for my son? I gotta see this one.
Oh, no, not the fake Jordans.
You gotta see this one.
Now before we get started.
Come on, dog.
Yeah. See, even the great Bruce Lee once said, instead of buying your children all the things you never had, you should teach them all the things you were never taught. See, the worst thing you can do to a child is spoil them. And these Gen Alphas are spoiled.
Have you ever seen a child react like this?
What? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Wait! Now, in order to be a good father, sometimes you must teach your son the hard lessons. See, we're living in a materialistic world. We spend more, but have less. We buy more, but enjoy less. We have more degrees, but less sense. More knowledge, but less judgment. More experts, yet more problems. More medicine, but less wellness. We drink too much, smoke too much, spend too recklessly, laugh too little, get too angry, read too little, watch too much social media, and pray too seldom. We have multiplied our possessions, but reduced our values. We have learned how to make a living, but not life. We've added years to our life, not life to our years. And that, my God, is where this story begins. So for this story, I'ma take you back to the day I taught my son life lessons. Still was a short while back. Now, if you didn't know, my son's growing into a fine young man. He's now in grade school, doing good, and still enjoying school. Oh, now that is.
If you didn't know, obviously we didn't know. You didn't tell us you had a son until like 2 weeks ago. Not even, bro, probably like a week ago. That's crazy. I've been watching this man Tim since I've been in elementary school. No, since middle school. Yeah, like middle school. Like 6th grade, maybe. Yeah, like 5th, 6th grade, something like that. And I'm just now finding out this man Tim has a son. Where, bro, this man's son is like around the same age as my sister, I think.
But then came that one day. So I'm in the crib, my son comes home from school, and he's like, Dad, I'm never going back to school again. So I'm like,
he might be like 7, 8.
This is what I've been waiting
like the same,
for.
he looks like he might be the same age around
when
the
his son
son
finally has to get into their first fight. So I'm
my
like,
sister's
what's
10,
the problem,
so.
son? Did somebody hit you? No, kids are making fun of my shoes in school. Your shoes? What's wrong with your shoes? Dad, I'm wearing Team Jordans. So I'm like, what? When I was a kid, I would have died for some Team Jordans. These Gen Alphas are crazy. Son, there's nothing wrong with your shoe. Well, then can I have some real Jordans? Damn. It's like the feeling of deja vu all over again. Yeah, I've been here before. And I vividly remember the day I asked, begged my dad for some Jordans.
That's valid.
Dad, can I please have some Jordans? You got Jordan money? No. And what's wrong with the shoes you have on? But Dad,
that's valid.
These are hand-me-downs. I hate these shoes. Boy, my pop lit my behind for being so ungrateful. Get your ungrateful butt over here. So I started thinking, okay, Tim, Jordans cost way too much money. And this boy's feet grow every other day. I got it. So your boy came up with the perfect idea. See, I figured my son's still young, right? And
Jordans
surely
are way
these
too
little kids
expensive. Bro, I ain't even gonna hold you. Jordans are a very expensive shoe, but brother, are you serious? They're way too expensive. Bro, your son's like. Now I'm not saying like, obviously don't spoil your kids too much. I get that, but like, you could have bought him a little pair of Jordans. You could have threw like one pair. I'm not saying you had to get him like 2 pairs, but you could have got a pair of Jordans. Like, what? He's wearing kids Jordans for kid size, because I'm pretty sure he's under a size 8, most likely. So the Jordans and kid size are actually very cheap. They're like $90. Not saying that's cheap, but it's cheaper than men's. We go from $90 to like $200. It's crazy. But I mean, hey.
Understand the difference between fake and real.
To be honest, he could have been more appreciative. You know, maybe then he actually could have got some real Jordans. Maybe if he would have been like, "Hey, Dad, you know what I'm saying? I want some J's. You know what I'm saying? Or some Forces or something." He could have probably got some. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's like, "I really like how they look. I just really want a pair." And then it could have been like, "Well, if you get this on your next test, I'll get you a pair of Jordans, son." Instead of coming in complaining about his shoes and that he doesn't want them, that he hates the shoes and da-da-da-da. So,
Jordans. So I just buy my son knockoffs and let him rock it to school. So I get online, hopped on Wish, and purchase a
That's
first
also valid.
fake pair of
Okay,
Jordans.
Wish is a stretch though. Wish. You should have went to one of these bigger companies that sell reps,
For the
that make actually good reps for like a decent price. Like it'll be like $50, $70 for like reps, and they'll be looking really good.
low. So a few days go by and the shoes are
I don't know.
arrive.
Does Wish
Junior,
sell
the
good
shoes are here.
reps?
My
I
son
don't know.
rushes downstairs, opens the box.
I don't know.
Wow. Then looks deep into the shoes and he's like, why does MJ look like that? Damn, he knows what MJ's supposed to look like? Come on, Tim, think quick. Oh no, son, that's a collector's item. Really? See, that's the original Jordan. Those are classics, son. Now my son's young and naive, right? So I'm guessing in his mind he was thinking, what? Classics? I bet nobody got this in school. So he hugs your boy.
I ain't gonna lie. That's wrong. You kind of setting your son up. I ain't gonna hold you. He gonna go to school and he gonna get way more. He gonna get bullied tenfold now.
The best dad ever, and runs upstairs. Deep inside that hug touched me. So I started thinking, damn, Tim, maybe you should go easy on little man. So onward, and it's the next morning. I drove my son to school. Okay, son, have a good day at school. Thanks, Dad. I can't wait to show off my sneakers. You're the best dad in the whole wide world. And then it hit me. In my head, I could hear my son getting roasted.
What the hell? Oh, brother, no, man. Who is that on the low, guy?
Yep. See, like I don't like. See, Tim, you set this man up for failure.
Brother got LeBron, Michael Jordan, James, man. Oh,
What the?
why Jordan got a fatty?
That was funny. What are
Can't let little homie go out
those?
like this. So before my son leaves the car, I'll stop him. Son, I can't let you go like this. Why not, Dad? See, those sneakers aren't real. What do you mean? You got on fake Jordans. Fake? But Daddy, why? I'm sorry, son. But listen, I don't want you to grow up to be a shallow, materialistic person like most kids. See, there's more to life than possessions. And the older you get, the more you understand. What do you mean? Come on, I'll show you. So I changed the game plan, skipped school, and drove my son to the mall. Listen, Junior, you have two options. You can either buy 5 whole pairs of shoes from the low brand store or buy 1 pair from a name brand store. Now wait, before you make your choice, I need you to really think about it. So my son takes a second, closes his eyes. You know this fool chose the name brand sneakers. So we get to the store, bought a fresh new crisp pair of Currys, brought them back to the house, and then came the lesson. Now son, these are your shoes, but you can't wear them. Huh? But why? First, you must learn the true value of things. So I made my son a deal. Until he reads 100 books, the shoes will stay in the closet. A book for each dollar I spent on those sneakers. So my son got to reading, and since that day, that boy rocks his sneakers with respect. And don't you worry, my guy, 100 grade school books ain't nothing. They're only a few pages long. So, moral of the story. In life, you must learn to appreciate what
Yeah.
you have, because true wealth exists not in having great possessions, but in having a few ones.
I ain't gonna lie. Tim's a good father. If you see this, Tim, and you watch all this, I just want you to know you're a good father. I ain't gonna hold you. I respect that. He gave his son the option. He said, I want you to think about it, though. You can either get you 5 shoes right now, or we gonna get you 1 pair of whatever shoe you want in this store. He chose the shoe he wanted, and it was a 1 pair, and that's cool. But then he's like, but you ain't gonna wear them until you at least read 100 books. Now, obviously, his son's young. He's not gonna make him go read 100 chapter books. You know what I'm saying? That would be pushing it. I'm not gonna lie. Then I'd actually like he wouldn't have been able to read 100 chapter books before. Like, his feet would have been grown out of that. But grade school books, bro, grade school books are like 10 pages with pictures on them, and it'd be like the first page. It'd be like, one day I was walking to school, and then I looked to my right and I saw a dog. And then the second page. So then I walked over to the dog, and I pet the dog on its head, and I asked, where's your owner, little guy? And then it'll be like the kid walking over to the dog in the background. Like, it's more picture than words. And then you go to the next page. I ended up walking to school, but the dog started following me. Or I looked behind and I saw that the dog was following me. And it will be the kid looking behind, the dog following. Next page. I stopped walking and I turned around and I looked at the dog and I walked back and I said, "You can't follow me to school, little guy." And I pet him on his head and then I turned around and kept walking. Next page. I got all the way to school, but the dog still followed me. I turned around, pet him, and told him that he can't come into school. Next page. I walked into school, went to my class, and when I looked out the window, I saw the dog sitting there just waiting for me. Fast forward, it'd be like, I got out of school, the dog was still there, and then it'd be like, the dog followed me home, I asked my mom for the dog, and we were able to keep the dog book over. You know what I'm saying? Like, that so that, I mean, that was valid, but getting his son fake Jordan, that I was about to say, bro, because he's about to get flamed, because kids know what Jordans look like nowadays. He was about to get flamed. It wasn't even going to be funny the way that boy was going. He was going to come home talking about I hate you, Dad. You're the worst dad ever. Cause yeah, nah. I think that was solid though. It's like, all right, I'll get you these shoes, but you got to read 100 books if you want to wear them. That's solid. Cause you can't just like you look at a lot of these kids and they're just so spoiled. Now, not every kid who grew up rich getting whatever they wanted is a spoiled brat and, you know, don't know, you know what I'm saying, like certain stuff. Like, there's a lot of kids who grew up spoiled and rich and they still understand the value of money, and because it really just depends on like how your parents are, you know what I'm saying. If your parents are rich but they teach you the value of money, even if they spoil you or not, and they teach you certain things so you act a certain way, I think you're not going to be like a brat about, you know, certain shoes and things like that. But every kid wants a nice pair of kicks, you know what I'm saying. When we're younger, we're fine with wearing Skechers and you know what I'm saying, with light up shoes. We're fine with doing that, because when you're a kid and you're in preschool and things like that, Skechers, light up shoes, at least in my time, I don't know about now, but in my time, Skechers, light up shoes, all that was cool. You were the guy if you had a pair of light up shoes, bro. You were, man, if you could stomp and the shoes start lighting up on both of your feet. In my grade, when I was a kid, when I was a youngin' in elementary school, in like second, first grade, things like that, bro, if you could stomp and your feet started lighting up, you were the guy. If you had a pair of Skechers when I was a kid in elementary school, you were that guy. You know what I'm saying? You had a pair, bro, and Skechers weren't even that expensive too. Skechers were actually kind of cheap. But you had a pair of Skechers and some light up shoes, you were just that guy growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one cared about Jordans and Nikes. Bro, we wanted light up shoes and Skechers, and the girls had the shoes that could light up with the little things on the top that sparkled. I forget what they're called. Little rhinestones or whatever. And that was the thing back in the day. That was the thing back in the day. You were that guy if you had those shoes. Even if you were in like 3rd, 4th grade wearing Skechers, you know what I'm saying, or light up shoes, still pretty acceptable, because you're still all little kids. You know what I'm saying? You were still that. I mean, kid, we thought that was so cool. The classroom light turned off. You stomp on the shoes, they started lighting up. Like, that was just the thing back then. You know what I'm saying? Now kids want Jordans and all this other stuff, and it's like, we all want a pair of nice shoes. Let's all be honest with ourselves. We've all, you know what I'm saying, Skechers was the thing back in my day. You wanted a pair of Skechers, you know what I'm saying? And, or that was just one of the biggest shoes kids wore back then, at least, because it was a good shoe, good price, something you could easily get your kids to, you know what I'm saying, to wear. Kids love Skechers, you know. We love seeing those Skecher ads too. They were amazing. So it was an easy shoe to really get your kids. But, like, we all wanted some nice shoes back then. Whether it was Skechers, Nike, whatever. We all wanted some nice shoes. You know what I'm saying? You can't really blame someone for that. But can't be ungrateful about it, you know? The way Tim's son came off was very ungrateful. Now, if he would have came in and been like, hey, Dad, I really like Jordans. You know what I'm saying? I like this one colorway. Can I get a pair? He probably would have just been like, all right, do this and I'll get you a pair. If you do these chores without me having to tell you for like the next month or for the whole month, I'll get you a pair. Or if you do some things around the house, I'll get you a pair. You do good in school, oh, you get a B or up on your next test, I'll get you a pair. You know what I'm saying? Like, just gotta be, you can't be disrespectful with it. But anyway, Tim really does seem like a good dad, though. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video off here, guys. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video.